Hello and welcome to Liminal Writing.
Hi, Ces. Good afternoon.
Yes, and morning to you. So Lee and I have been doing this joint writing exercise since 2021.
Yeah.
And the exercise is for those who just join us listening. It's free flow writing where we give ourselves a trigger line and then we time ourselves for 10 minutes. Just free flow writing,
Mm.
no holds, just keep going, no editing. And
Mm.
then we stop at the 10-minute mark, read to each other what we had written and do a bit of processing. That part where the processing happens, that's where we open this up to the podcast and record it again in a very much candid way. So
Yeah.
back in 2021, we didn't do the podcast yet, but we were doing this already, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mm.
And we have decided today to look back at some of the, well, one of the writings we did then. We didn't read it again since then, and we're going to
Yeah.
read it again now for the first time since.
So it's gonna be fresh too for us,
Fresh for
right?
us. And here we go.
Yeah.
What did we choose for this one?
So this one is What Travel Does to My Heart.
Oh, okay.
You
All
go
right.
first.
Okay. What travel does to my heart? Travel. That feels like an alien word now.
Mm.
This pandemic has had me stuck, quote unquote, in one place. The last flight I was on was to come here to London from a jet setting mood that characterized the preceding months. From Manila, I was in Bangkok on a work trip, then to Singapore, then back home again. On
Mm.
Christmas Day, I flew back to Bangkok to be a ninang what do you call that?
I got mine.
At my niece's wedding. Then off to Arizona from there for New Year's Eve with my sister, Corina. Then we drove across to California, and then off I went for flights that would take me to London. And here I am. Well, I was digressing. What does travel do to my heart and soul? Sometimes it makes my heart fly, quite literally, I guess. The
Mm.
wide expanse of sky, sometimes offering glimpses of snow capped mountains of Switzerland, sometimes a peak of Kilimanjaro's cloud kissed peak, makes my
Mm.
own heart expand. Travel makes my heart lonely as much as it makes my heart warm. I feel all at once that I belong to everywhere, and then that I belong to just the one home. What does it do to my soul? It takes me
Mm.
to spaces inside me that become clearer for being in strange new places. The alienness of things that surround me has its way of putting into focus that sacred silence in my own soul.
Mm.
God, I don't remember writing. Okay, your turn.
What travel does to my heart. The lands where I have not been are sentinels of being unafraid. They call me to open my eyes to colors yet to be seen, to textures coaxing ridges on my spine, to smells of cinnamon smoke, toasted ginger, and singed hair. The lands where I have not been are classrooms that span across oceans, where lessons of love, loss, and rebuilding are etched on my heart. The lands where I have not been are the dances I have yet to learn, my feet tentative but full of juicy energy.
Oh
Ta-da!
my God. That was full of energy and quite poetic too.
Yeah.
This was written in 2021, right in the
July.
middle of the pandemic. Early 2021 was the start of the lockdowns here in London.
Yeah.
So we must have been right smack in being stuck here where we are.
Yeah. Way that your piece comes across is that like the frenetic energy of back to
Ah,
back
yes, yes, yes.
travel, right? Because
And then the stop. It
you're
was
telling us
frenetic.
kind of like story of here
Mhm.
are the travels, So it gives us a glimpse of all the preparation, and it's both personal and professional travels. And then to come to almost like a sudden stop.
Mhm. It was such a
And
dramatic change for me.
mm, you and I both enjoy travel, new
Mhm.
experiences, new cuisines and food to
Mhm.
experience. And I think what is moving about is it towards the end, the line where you say about a sacred silence. So it's coming back to understanding or rediscovering then
It's
who we
inward
are without the
without all that.
external
Yeah.
experiences.
Well, that's a good insight to it. What stayed with me in what you wrote
Yeah.
and then read now is just how you caught all the sensory
Mm.
stimulation of travel,
Yeah.
especially with the scents and the smells and that whole energy. I remember when I traveled, especially earlier on when work was not as intense in the way that you land and then you just dive into it in a and usually conference rooms and hotels
Yeah.
is experiencing each one of the things I like when I go into a new place, country, city, is
Mm.
the public market. The public,
Ah,
because that's why
yes.
when you were describing the spices and the stuff, those combined smells,
Yes.
it's like there's something that does to you.
So much of the experience, like if you want a hot immersion into a city wherein you're there for like 3 or 4 days,
Mhm.
are the public markets. I too
Yes.
love walking the markets
Walking
because
and then
there's
even sitting in
so
a food
much.
stall or
Yeah,
having just a coffee and a corn and then letting life go by, pass through us and soaking in the energy of watching people.
yeah.
It's so good.
Markets are a wonderful way to get into the life of the locale, right?
Mm,
And as you said, if you're just sitting there and looking at everything, like how people interact, you can see
mm,
familiarity
mm,
between the merchants and the regular customers. In some big cities, you
mhm,
see groups of tourists coming
mhm.
through. But just in terms of the color, the smell, the sound, it's just great
Yeah,
getting into what that city or town is all about.
really nice. So that's what. And then also how you use the analogy of dance when you use the images of dance.
Yeah.
You know, learning maybe not literally that we dance, but it's really that whole how life is lived, how people's cultures are manifested around us, and
Movement.
somehow being able to soak in that or even participate, right? So that's where this particular one led us to. And again, in terms of lemon writing, we encourage you to try it out if you're inclined to. In this case, we chose the phrase, "What travel does to my heart." Give yourself 10 minutes of time writing. Do it with a friend or do it alone and imagine we're with you writing.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Until
See you
the
next
next
time.
time.
Yeah.
Bye for
Travel
now.
afar, but you
Yes.
always come home, right?
See you next time.
Cheers.